Hello everyone, and welcome back to Magnolia Craft. Today we're going to be working on the 5th page of the Cinnamon and Clove mini album. So I'm going to start with 6 pieces of black cardstock that I've cut down to 4 1/4 by 4 1/2. And I'm going to score those on the 4 1/2 side at 4 inches. These will all be part of a waterfall page, so they're all going to be scored in the same way. Now I'm going to take all those pieces and crease down those score lines with my bone folder. And then I'm going to attach some double-sided tape to those flaps. Normally I would miter the corners on the flaps, but for the waterfall page, it actually ends up looking better to leave them full, so I'm not going to miter them this time. Oh, and I finally got the right size sticky tape, so this part goes a lot faster for me now. I've also cut down 12 pieces of pattern paper down to 4 inches by 3 3/4 inches. Here I'm just laying out my waterfall pieces, and then I'm going to decide which piece of paper is going to go on which flap. I want to make sure that the designs don't clash with each other, and I want to make sure that I've got the patterns going right side up. And even though I double and triple checked on the patterns, I still end up getting most of them wrong. So I don't know. Now I'm going to corner around the bottom edges of all of the flaps, and I've noticed with my We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper that it actually works better if I do several pieces at once. I have a lot of trouble getting the corner actually lined up if I only do one piece. So I may have bit off a little more than I could chew trying to do all of these flaps at one time. I think the two-handed technique is not advisable, but it did end up working better than if I did them one at a time. Now I'm just going to take some art glitter glue and glue all of these patterned pieces down to the flaps, making sure that I'm pulling from the right pile and in the right order. Now I've got a piece of pattern paper that's cut down to 4 3/4 by 7 3/4. I wasn't originally planning on using this piece, but you'll see when I start to put the waterfall pieces down that they're much shorter than the page is wide, and I don't know, I must have completely messed up my measuring because they're like a good inch shorter than they were supposed to be. They were supposed to go from one edge to the other, so if you don't like the way this looks, just go ahead and measure your flaps out to be the width of your base page, and then you won't have to have this page in the background. But after I was done, I actually kind of like how it looked, so I'm not too upset that I ended up messing up. So to attach these, I'm just removing the backing of the double-sided tape and then taking some glue stick and really applying it all over that tape. you really want to make sure that you can pick these back up if you get them in the wrong spot, especially if you're doing it like I am and having to eyeball center them. Now, in a second, my camera is going to die because the battery died, and I didn't realize while I finished putting on the flaps, but I just continued doing that same thing until I had attached all 6 pieces. Now, I didn't like that there was a whole black strip in between each of these flaps where my flap for the waterfall piece was, so I'm actually going to take some gold mirror cardstock and cut it down to 4 1/4 by 1/2 inch and glue it right down on top of the strip. And I was going to use wet glue, but I've noticed with this mirror cardstock that wet glue is really noticeable through it. So I decided instead to use my ATG gun, and I'm glad I did because you can't see it underneath the cardstock. Alright, that's going to wrap up today's page. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and leave me a comment below if you have any questions or have any suggestions about what else I should do in this book. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss any of the future installments for the series. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.